Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of News in 2 Minutes, bringing you the news that you need to know every day. Let's begin. The French government is scrambling to contain the citizen anger over a proposed environmental tax as thousands of protesters continue to destroy public areas set up to collect the levy in a show of revolt that shows no sign of ending. Up to 30,000 angry protesters wearing red caps reminiscent of the 17th century riots descended on a western town in Brittany, France, sparking violent clashes with police and exchanges of stones and tear gas between demonstrators and riot control authorities. Even while the government made a show of suspending the tax for an unknown period of time, angry protesters continue to show their discontent, burning bridges, city streets, and other pieces of public property as authorities are threatened with losing control of the situation. In one of the most technical attacks in recent years, a series of small explosions have been set off near the Communist Party headquarters of one province in China, killing at least one person and injuring a number of others. Analysts continue to watch this situation for signs of discontent in China as the bombing had a number of aspects familiar with Western media, with reports of small containers and ball bearings seen at the sites. NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory recorded a rapidly rising X3 class solar flare that resulted in a solar flare effect, or what is also known as a magnetic crochet here on Earth. The solar flare effect is thought to occur due to the increased ionization in the D and E layers of the ionosphere caused by a massive increase in X-ray radiation generated by rare and fast-rising solar flares. Continued unrest and violent gangs within the country of Libya are being coupled with widespread governmental corruption, causing a drastic rise in the cases of malnutrition and destitution, as staple food importers say that the government has failed to make its payment on nearly $100 million worth of food and relief efforts already sent within the country. A Swiss forensic report obtained by the news agency Al Jazeera shows that the former Palestinian leader Arafat's body contained radioactive polonium up to 18 times above normal, suggesting that the Palestinian leader was poisoned with the rare and lethal substance. The Ministry of Health in Spain is confirming its first case of the Middle Eastern Respiratory Syndrome, as signs point to a possible spreading of the disease with travelers returning from the Muslim Hajj pilgrimage in Saudi Arabia. And to wrap things up, China is closing schools and workplaces due to worsening air conditions. Marine scientists are continuing to report high numbers of deaths in sea life that may be attributed to nuclear radiation. The world's largest typhoon of record this year is headed toward the Asian coastline, and a 4.5 in Colombia as well as a 4.5 in Vanuatu complete today's quake watch. And that's it for this episode of News in 2 Minutes. Check back tomorrow for more news that the aware need the most. This week's News in 2 Minutes is brought to you by SHTFplan.com, where even the officials go for news, and SQmetals.com for all your precious metal needs.